Jake, where have you been?
I was in my car researching colts.
Coats?
Colts.
It's hot outside.
Not the horses. No,
I was just about to say, is that the
horse joke?
Have a seat.
Yeah.
What about Colts?
That was fascinating. I'm thinking about starting one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you guys want to join?
Dude, I'd be a high priest in your cult.
Bring your wives.
What if you don't have one?
Backrooms is the latest movie by insert name here about the latest internet meme to take fire on the internet if you don't count like 200 others. It tells the story of a furniture owner who walks into the backrooms by accident and then tells the story of his employees who walk into the same room of the backrooms by accident and then tells the story of his therapist who walks into the same room of the backrooms by accident. Jake, what did you think of Backrooms?
Are we doing it like
It's
that?
actually called Backrooms. It's
It
not
was
the
good.
Backrooms.
Steven?
Steven, what did you think of Backrooms?
Why are we talking like robots?
I liked it.
Why are we talking like... Shoot, what do we call it? Still lifes. Yeah, I almost figured it out.
Maybe we're like we're like the next level down from reality in the backrooms. So we're like a bad memory.
We might be in the Backrooms.
Well, that's what the backrooms are. It's
We
a
might
lot
be
of
in the
captures
Backrooms
your
right
worst
now.
memories.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people who get captured
So
in the
that's
worst moments.
So that's us
So,
right now.
yeah, full disclosure, I know nothing about the Backrooms lore, but you know everything about the Backrooms
Not everything.
lore. You know everything about the Backrooms lore. Steven knows everything about the Backrooms lore.
No,
I feel
know
like
enough.
you guys had pretty, not totally opposite, but pretty opposite opinions on the film. So
your
my
opinion?
opinion is probably invalid.
I'm sure it is.
You're like trying to make a spider or something.
Yes.
All right.
I want you each to take a horn off
Well,
the
why don't you tell
dragon's
yours
skull.
first? Because you never watched anything. Why don't you do that?
The Backrooms was the first like video I've ever watched. I climbed out of the cave like a few months ago, and then I discovered technology and I watched the Backrooms.
Oh, so you watched the... Wait. So you just discovered like the Kane Pixels on YouTube?
No,
3
I knew.
months ago?
No, I knew about that for like.
Is Kane Pixels his real name?
No, it's really
It's Kane
Parsons.
Parsons,
Oh.
and he's only 20 years
But I
old.
am always going to say
Wow.
just because I remember the YouTube.
We've entered the era
The
where
YouTube.
we've entered the era where children are now making millions of dollars
Yeah.
getting hired by
Yeah.
Hollywood to.
But it's nice to what's amazing about that is these people deserve it. It's like there have been like garbage, and
I'm
I
just
don't know
jealous.
much about like directors. Yeah, that's probably what it is for me. But garbage directors who have just put out crap for so long,
Yeah.
or like massive companies that will like take an amazing video game and just ruin it after number 4. And I'm not gonna name it.
Like Resident Evil.
I never played Resident Evil.
Why won't you name it? What is it? I want to know.
Story
I don't
about
know what
Resident
it is.
Evil recently.
What?
I heard a crazy story about Resident Evil recently. You know how like game studios and movie studios are putting out just crap after garbage sequel after more sequels.
Yeah.
So like Sony, when they were making Resident Evil 2, they were like really far along in development, and then people like looked at the game that they had and they were like, "This sucks." So they scrapped the whole thing and started over, and it turned out to be like one of the greatest historical games ever made. Man, Jake.
Oh wait.
Sorry,
I just heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went all the way back to the drawing board because they were like, this game is terrible.
Yeah, no one would ever do that today. No
Yeah.
one in like Hollywood would ever do that.
Yeah.
You know, I hope you do.
Not now.
I really
Well,
do.
I liked the Backrooms a lot as far as horror films go, but again, I don't know anything about the lore. I just thought it was a really good movie. I don't know if I'd say it was a great movie, but it was really good.
You want to expand on it?
Well, I did.
Don't help them.
As far as movie making goes, and this could be just because he's young and he's new to the field, but like, there were a lot of times in the movie where he let sequences go on. There's a point when you let a sequence go on for a really long time, and there's a point where you hit your maximum amount of suspense, and then any further than that, you kind of ruin it a little bit. And I felt like he kept hitting that point and then going too far. And it got to a point where I was watching the movie where I started like counting, like, this is where the scene should end, this is where the scene should end, this is where the scene should end.
What scenes?
Well, there were so many scenes where like the camera would just linger on something.
He can't even tell
Yeah.
you.
There's
so
But
many.
that's like
There's so many.
That's
Like hundreds of thousands.
intentional with him because he likes to capture the environment around the character because he wants you to kind of feel more immersed in the background. So it is an intentional thing, and I actually like it personally. I think it's cool because, but I can also like, this isn't like a slight, but I can be bored, like in a video game or a movie. Hence why I like the Backrooms, where like a lot of times when we're walking on the Backrooms, nothing happens.
So I was teetering on the edge of boredom in a couple of scenes.
Yeah, that's because you're a loser. You
Yeah,
understand.
that's fair.
You would
But-
understand if you knew the lore.
Yeah, if I knew the lore, man.
The bore.
But the also the introduction to the Backrooms 3 separate times, like hence my joke opening that I did. It would have been cooler or a better use of time and audience attention span if when they introduced the Backrooms to these 3 separate characters, if we didn't linger so long on that same room each time. So like we already got the lingering moment when he first walks in, and it's okay if the other 2 groups of characters come in and like see the room,
What
and then we
room?
just kind of fast forward to them like getting to him.
The one with the pile of furniture.
Yeah, the same
I don't
room
like
that they... No, I liked it for the first part, but he acted like every time the characters walk into there, we needed an entire like sequence of them like, whoa, what is this? But it's like we already saw that with the first guy. Those are my main issues with the movie. I will say the best scare in the movie, spoilers by the way, the best scare in the movie to me was when he goes into the room with the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That freaked me the frick out. I had goosebumps.
Dude, that one got me going too.
When he walked around the
nothing
tree,
in the Backrooms has really been like scary and like these.
when
Yeah,
there was
I
the
didn't-
little
I didn't
dude
get
in the
that
wheelchair, and I'm talking.
What did you
see.
say? What did you say?
I said I didn't really get that scene because
Maybe you didn't get it.
when I saw it, I was like, are these just normal people? Because it didn't show them, it didn't show
Oh.
their faces, and I was like, are these normal people just in the backgrounds? Which that like, in the YouTube videos, that like doesn't happen unless it is an actual normal person. So
Oh,
it
really?
confused me at first.
So are there not like just like deformed people like wandering? I don't know.
No, well,
I genuinely don't know.
they're like, I mean, I guess it depends on how like whose lore you go with, but
Okay.
some people's games and videos, they're like mimics who pretend to be people.
What?
So, okay, but I thought the when he walked around, the little dude was in the wheelchair behind the Christmas tree, and you couldn't make out what that was at first. It was like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like so many nightmares I've had where I'm just like, what is that? And then she started, the messed up face lady started charging at him.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, I know it's not the lore. Super unique idea, I thought, to like get creatures in the back rooms, to have just like messed up people that are almost like memories. I know you weren't a huge fan of that, but me, who knows nothing
What,
about the
still
lore,
lives?
I thought the what?
The people. the
Is
still
that what they're
lives.
called? Still lives?
lives.
So
Yeah.
is the thing?
Well, the thing is so, and I know there's, and it's bad timing because I haven't finished the last like 3 videos, but I thought I heard there was one that is more human, but there are like, the only thing I've really noticed or seen is the monsters in the back rooms. But I also might be wrong because maybe I'm confusing some of the like scientists and lab people, and they maybe, I don't know. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, I honestly don't remember that.
Well,
But
I thought it was
it's been
cool.
a long time since I've watched the backroom stuff all the way through, and I've just started it again.
Yeah.
With Janira, and we were on I think the second found footage.
I will say that I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that the main baddie is like a distorted version of him, and that they didn't commit to like the squiggly line monster from the first Backrooms videos. I kind of
Yeah.
thought they should have done that because it would have shown that they had the balls to like have the squiggly line monster in there, but I feel like somebody was like, no, that's not scary enough. We need to make it like a more monstery monster.
I think the squiggly line thing is scary.
Well, I do too. That's why
I think this just kind of gave a lot of room for like figuring out what the Backrooms.
It was revealing.
Yeah, like I think that's what they were. You didn't like that?
No, I didn't like the explaining of the, which I feel like it was necessary for
well,
the movie.
This was like a way to like, it's a direct continuation of the Backrooms, like his YouTube series. But it was also, they had to find a fine balance between that and getting people who've never heard of it to like enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
Which I thought they did really well. So the thing is that squiggly line thing probably would have like added a whole nother layer. Like, we gotta explain this now.
Well, that was kind of why I was like, I kind of wish they would have done it. Because it would have been I think it would have been a brave choice to do that, to have the squiggly line monster. I did like the pirate
but that would have
monster.
appealed to the original fans more. And there's
Well, they're the important ones, Jake. Old people.
It's not old.
It's not, yeah.
Dude, it's crazy how fast ideas go to like big picture these days.
Yeah,
Backrooms did not come out that long.
Do you know what the whole monster thing reminded me of was? Did you guys ever see Lights Out? I think you watched it with us.
Pretty sure.
I don't know. It sounds familiar.
Lights Out was another movie that was based on a YouTube short horror film, and the monster in the short horror film was very plain looking but terrifying. It was super uncanny
I
valley.
remember you talking about that.
Yeah, and then when the movie came out, they were like, that's not scary enough. We got to have like a more traditional like horror movie monster. And so they made her all like gross looking and stuff, and it just was way less scary. I think the squiggly line monster would have been scarier because there would have been less of an explanation of what it is. It's like, why is it here?
Yeah, if you watch the Backrooms YouTube videos, that's exactly the impression that you get. It's like the whole thing is that they're exploring through this weird place and something like they're in a place they've never seen before that's confusing but also familiar, and then there's something in there with them that's unexplainable.
But overall, though, as far as horror movies go, like I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray and watch it.
That's like times. My opinion boiled down is that it's a great horror movie. I didn't have as fun as I did watching the Backrooms, but I don't think the Backrooms could be like one-to-one translated into a movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, did I say this already? It's a direct continuation of the book.
Is it supposed to be?
Yes. I did not know
Really?
that.
Yes. So it
You
fits
said that
in.
and I was wondering.
It fits in with everything, and it's a part of his online. It's like basically like they took instead of him making a YouTube video by himself, he has an entire production company.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
that
And
definitely
so that's why
helps.
I liked the still life. Like, I actually really did, because I think it was a kind of a. It just added a whole nother layer of depth to the Backrooms instead of just kind of like this, uncontrollable chaos where the government's just trying to profit off of it. Well, not the private company.
I both think that's cool.
Async is trying to profit off of it.
I both think that's cool and also don't like it because
Oh my
I
goodness.
really
Negative.
yeah. No, I like I said, I love the movie, but I really like it when things are left unexplained, and the Backrooms movie.
He's a
really-
big
do
man.
I don't know. But there is still like an insane amount of it can literally the Backrooms. It can go on forever.
What did Caleb think when you drug his butt out of the cave to go see it?
that I'm curious about.
I know he liked it, but I don't. And then I basically just spent the entire drive home explaining things. So, I didn't really have
Did he
much
not
time.
get it?
No, not necessarily that. Well, he's never seen anything. He's never seen any of the backroom stuff. So it's kind of like
He doesn't watch anything.
what's going on.
Period.
He did. I remember him saying that he really liked it.
What I did like was because this is what I was afraid of. Because I started watching, so I saw the first one, and then I started watching more of the videos where they explain, they show the door and stuff. I was really afraid.
The async
Yeah,
company
yeah.
made?
Yeah, and I was really afraid they were going to get too into that, and it would start to
the
become
scientists.
Yeah, it would start to become like Stranger Things, right? We're trying to contain this portal,
Yeah.
and go full Hollywood mode where there's lightning coming out of the thing, and they're trying to, we gotta close this door.
Yeah.
The Half-Lives are coming through.
But I hope that at the same time, I hope that if they do, because Kane Parsons in an interview a year ago was talking about how he wanted to do a mini series. And so I hope they
But
do.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
There's multiple. No, yeah, I think they made a good choice of the way they the way that they didn't overemphasize the scientist part, how it kind of came in. I mean, it was obviously the very first, which I thought the opening scene was amazing. Because like the first thing you see is like the async logo, if I remember right, and then you see like, oh, there's a dude in the rubber suit, like everything you've seen in all the films and the games. And I thought it was really cool. Steven, did you know that when we already talked about this, but I didn't really realize it because I just don't pay attention that well. Like even when I try to pay attention, I just miss like things even that are obvious. But so that seagull flew in, and remember when he like walks down the hall and he sees like feathers, a stick, and then there's like I don't know, but like, and then he looked up and there was like this wet spot, and he was like, what is that? And you could hear seagulls. Yeah. So that was a knoll zone. He could have climbed out of that.
He was under the ocean.
So he could have literally.
And he would have drowned.
Because that's how that bird got in. It flew through a knoll zone.
Straight through the
ocean. Right then. And that's why it was still panicking. And so when he saw that crash, like that guy, which obviously...
What's a knoll zone?
That's the areas that they walk through.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the door at the base.
We call those portals.
But he could have... Well, in the series, they call them knoll zones. But anywho, he could have exited right there. Isn't that cool? I actually listened to a guy who was talking about it, and he said that he's like, why was there? Because he was under the impression that it only was centralized around like California, wherever the film was shot.
That makes sense.
But at the same time, he was like, there was a Mao poster. But I think like what's cool about that is to think that what maybe like something that would be kind of cool.
Did you say a Mao poster?
A poster of Mao.
Like China's Mao?
Mao Zedong.
Well, that could be California.
Yeah, true. But anyway, and probably. I like the idea though of it like different governments, they all kind of found it at the same time. Yeah. Because like anytime there's like a big thing, like the top 10, like if there's a breakthrough in like a technology, it seems like the top like 5 countries all get it at the same time.
Well, at the end of the movie, during the interview, the guy was telling the therapist, these portals are popping up. We don't know what they are. We basically we need everything that you've learned. So it's like a brand new thing, right? And
but it seems like in that area, it's expanding that area because that other knoll zone again had like a seagull. So if they're in California, it's got to be in the same area.
You think he knows that we can see him gorging himself?
Oh. I think he wants us to see him.
He's such a disgusting slob.
Look at me.
Eating cheesy.
Oh no! Oh no! Your green shirt.
He says I eat too aggressively.
That's green.
Hey, look at us in our green shirts.
Oh wow!
It's not
cute.
Green. That's like seafoam teal.
There's a skate shop in Jacksonville.
Make room on your chair. Okay, so Jake, I think I know the answer to this, but Backrooms, worth a watch?
Yes, I've seen it twice, and it was good every time, and it's fantastic. Thought it was awesome. The only thing, which this is a complaint a lot of people have had, but I think it's fine because this isn't the end of the high production value ones, according to him. And clearly it did well enough to where they could just burn one and call it a day.
Yeah, it made $8 trillion. I heard.
That's a lot.
But I hope that if they do a miniseries or if they do a second one, it'd be cool to see like more of the Backrooms. But there's one in particular, I can't remember which video it is. I'm really bad at remembering the names of the Backroom videos. But they go to the pitfall room. I think it actually might be called the pitfall, which is a room with the squares. They didn't show it, and I don't think they showed it in the movie. But the room with where like basically you have the yellow carpet, yellow walls, but then there's like perfect squares, and it's just holes in the floor. And the guy falls through. I can't remember his name.
And then he dies.
It's like Marvin, or I also could be way wrong.
Marvin?
No, he doesn't fall. He
was this a
die.
senior citizen?
He falls.
He's just like, is this the cafeteria?
What's the 80s?
What?
It's the 80s. So now it's 46
Sure.
years ago. No, sorry, the 90s. Anywho.
I feel like the 80s is more like a Jeff generation than a Marvin generation.
David, shut up. Like, no, I was kidding. I was going to wrap it up. But anywho, because Kane says that he wants to, like, first hand kisses. Did I have food in my mouth?
Finish talking about the Backrooms.
He wants to
Jake.
play off that feeling of, like, what's around the next corner. Which I
Yeah.
think is something we all, like, deal with. Like, we are very curious people.
Yeah,
Remember-
we are a curious
remember that Friday
species.
at
That didn't.
But anyway,
officially
we're very
happen.
curious people, and that particular episode in Pitfalls, when he falls, he goes back in, but it's a little darker. He's like in a lower level,
Yeah.
and then he walks around this corner. There's like a area that's like a foot and a half tall at the bottom of the thing. That's an opening.
Okay.
And he crawls through that, and he ends up in like this town in like a tunnel with like stars and stuff. And then he walks into one.
Ooh, House on the Rock.
Yes, basically. But then he goes into one of the houses, and then and the whole time I'm like talking to my wife, and I'm like, turn around. Like, but every time he gets to that corner, I'm like, dude, what's around the corner? And it's like, it's just so much fun.
You liked it, we get it.
I loved it. I'm gonna go over here.
Backrooms is worth a watch for me because it's like I said. I mean, knowing nothing about the Backrooms, I was satisfied as a horror fan. You know what was great?
What?
No naked people in it.
And
It was a breath of fresh air.
It wasn't a Hollywood movie.
no, it's so nice to not exactly. It just goes. You don't have to sell that stuff to people. Like that's not what gets people to watch.
Yeah,
You're talking
I'll
about-
look at naked people for free.
You're talking about the.
You don't gotta sell me
the
on
old
that.
people from that.
Especially if it's me.
Stupid movie Hereditary.
Yeah, that movie sucks. Steven?
Oh yeah, worth a watch. It's like one of the most unique. If you're like ignoring all the YouTube videos, like, and only watch big budget horror movies, it's like one of the most unique ones out there.
It's
Nice.
original for
Yeah.
sure. Like obviously.
It's got the green light from all of us.
Oh, speaking of green light, you know when you see the green light,
Oh my goodness.
they think it's like the Backrooms expanding or changing.
What?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
Anywho,
There's always something.
Hokum.
Finally, the movie event of the spring. Hokum is a film where a writer named Hokum? Oh?
Let me give it a
Oh?
take it to Steven, the linguist.
Bauman?
A writer named George, who doesn't apparently know that breaking a bottle over your knee is just as effective as breaking it over somebody's skull to get the delicious treats that are inside, finds himself locked in a hotel room and discovers the dead body of a woman. Hijinks ensue, and a mystery unfolds before our very eyes. And there might be a witch. I don't remember.
How original.
Which that's surprising because like the witch is not a very big part of the story.
Yeah, no.
What? It's the
Steven,
reason why the place is haunted.
what did you
You're right,
say?
you don't see it.
What did you think of Hokum?
I think it's probably my favorite horror movie that I've ever seen.
That can't be real.
That's honest opinion. I think I had the
Really?
most. I had the most fun
Indulge.
watching Hokum. Like I've seen like The Witch and
You know, the
other
witch was.
horror movies, and I thought The Witch was like, The Witch got boring. The Village got boring.
But the ritual.
I don't think I've seen The Ritual.
Oh my goodness, the
You haven't
ritual's
seen The
so
Ritual?
good.
It's actually exciting. We should watch it after
We
this.
should.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind.
it's good.
Dude, Leah would be down.
Have
for
you
that,
seen
actually.
Conspiracy? Sorry, let's talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Another movie.
If
that-
you name a movie that exists,
He
there's like a
probably
90%
hasn't seen it.
chance
Or
I haven't seen
he's
it.
seen it and he doesn't remember it because he has the memory of a carp.
Anywho,
This is
But
true.
It's like
I
so
agree.
Hokum you thought was amazing.
I thought I had a lot of fun watching it.
I mean, you know I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved Hokum. But also, again, another caveat like I do with the Backrooms or Backrooms, I am a sucker for classic like haunted house, haunted hotel movies. Like I love The Shining and I love 1408. And so Hokum's just like fits right up in that niche that's like tailor-made for me. So, and I also like creepy witch movies. But like Steven said, the witch plays a pretty insignificant role in the movie. Basically, just like a way for the villain to get his comeuppance, which I thought was a pretty cool, like, drag me to hell visual.
Yeah, it was
You
like,
know?
I think The Witch took a back seat because it was more of like a whodunit, kind of like Knives Out.
Yeah.
It was like a bit more of a mystery.
Yeah. I liked, one thing I liked about Hokum is how smart the main character is.
Yeah, he was kind of a douche, though.
He was a douche, for sure, but towards the end, once you, like, figure out what's going on, like, I was more on his side. I was like, oh yeah, I kind of hope he gets through this. But I was super annoyed because I had to pee so bad because I drank the biggest beer that a movie theater can serve, and I left when I thought it was going to get boring, and according to both of you,
That was the best part.
I missed the best part of the movie.
By a long shot. That was the best part.
It was the scene with the donkey guy.
Yeah.
Right? I tried to look it up on YouTube later, and I think I only caught like a snippet of it. I mean, I'm going to buy it. It comes out on August 11th, so I'm going to buy it.
I'd watch it again.
Oh,
I would definitely watch it again because I need to see what you guys saw.
So, Jake. Hokum.
So, some of the background. No, you said that this is what Steve and I were talking about in the car. Is that you
Okay.
didn't like some of the shots in the back rooms, and
Sure.
Steven, to throw him under the bus, said it's because say it, an idiot. No, he
That's
like
not what I
that.
said.
That you all really like
Get it off your chest, dude.
traditional like
What is
horror.
it?
I
movies.
have a gun.
Like your love for like traditional horror movies.
Yeah.
And the Backrooms didn't really fit in that mold, and I don't even know if I would call the Backrooms a horror movie. But Hokum, to me, that's why I wasn't that crazy about it. Is because it was kind of your
You
traditional-
are way more into like
I think I
like
like a
niche
psychological
stuff. You like weird universes and government conspiracies, which is like all fine. For me, I'm just like a sucker for
Yeah.
freaking like
And that's
traditional Halloweeny stuff.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious. Dude.
You'd like Donnie
but
Darko. I think
my
we've talked about
favorite-
this.
Oh, Donnie Darko,
Yeah, I
you
think
love
I
that
would.
movie.
You would love it.
I haven't seen that.
You should.
I have, and I did not love it.
I
So,
thought it was great.
I know you love it. It's not a bad movie by any means. I just like didn't know what was happening.
You can say it.
Okay, so no, but what I would say is my favorite scene in the movie, which I thought was really really cool, was right towards the end when so he's trying to everything's going down. The other guys didn't really pay attention to the movie that much, so I don't even know the names. But the other guy was down in the tunnels, and he's down there too, and he has the chalk, and he's going to draw it, and then they cut because the area that he was in was like a T intersection.
Yeah.
And the shot from the far end of like the straight on him,
Yeah.
you saw the white circle, but there was like a 3-inch gap in it. And-
I didn't see
Because
that.
and then he's like slumped over and he's handcuffed.
Wait, is this
the witch-
when he had the biggest jump scare of his entire life?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't remember.
That's
that.
the worst jump
He
I've
sat
ever
on the
seen in a
other side
movie.
of you, though.
He did the worst jump I've ever seen. I'll reenact it. It like happened, and Steven was just like, "This is literally him," and I thought he was having a stroke. For real. For a second, I thought he was having a stroke.
But
I thought it was having a stroke.
I thought that was a cool scene because like the chalk was saving him, and they just like he didn't get it done in time, and they showed that.
I did not notice that.
Yeah,
part.
so the chalk line had like a gap in it, and he was handcuffed, and that's why he got handcuffed. That's why she got him, because she got to it before he drew the circle. I thought that was awesome, and I love that main actor.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I am-
Adam
Yeah, he was
Scott.
pretty good.
Yeah,
He's good. Yeah,
and he's good at comedy, and he's good at the serious.
I listened to a review of the movie where a guy was frustrated with how dumb main characters in horror movies are, and they were like, when he's trapped upstairs, there's a window he could have broken. But I'm like, again, it was like a Masters of the Universe moment where I was just like, am I watching the same movie that the critics watched? Because it clearly shows like some rusted corrugated metal like covering the window,
Oh,
and there's some like, and there's just a little hole that he can see through. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you can't break that.
I remember that being my exact same thought. It's like, how could he reasonably get out if this was not a movie and the window was not awesome?
I think you just
Dude,
chalk
in that
everywhere.
moment when he
or on the toilet.
when he locks himself, or he traps himself basically on the bed in the honeymoon suite, one of the scariest sequences, it was a lot like the sequence in the Backrooms that scared me, the Christmas tree sequence. Hokum had one too, where he's in the basement and the witch is coming, like the lights are turning off, and then he gets in the dumbwaiter And normally, in a traditional horror movie, this is when they'd be like, okay, the character's safe now. You know, the monster's in the basement.
Oh, she's climbing up it.
And she starts climbing up.
Yeah.
I was like,
sick.
oh my gosh. And then he gets in the freaking bed and he really, quick thinking, again, smart thinking, he draws the circle around the bed and she comes up and you can just see her on the other side of the veil, like
Yeah,
walking around. I was
pretty
like, dude, that was awesome.
But it makes sense that because in the earlier in the movie we saw that she was in the elevator. So when she was in the elevator, she didn't go up the dumb later in the room.
Yeah, so...
But it's like, why not just have a chalk guy? We just draw chalk every morning. Walk into the honeymoon suite, like, excuse me, sorry, chalk.
Well, I'm a chalk guy. I did
Cheaper
like...
than shutting down a room you could probably rent for an insane amount of money a night.
I did like when they cut to the memory that the hotel guy, the guy that worked at the
Or
hotel...
brick it off. But I guess they didn't want to because they were disposing bodies there.
Which
so.
is our brick...
That guy was.
Yeah, they were trying to get rid of bodies, which is kind of weird.
But when it cut to the memory of the hotel employee, like when he saw the witch, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It had a lot of cool spots, but I don't know. I think I was in a weird mood. That's why I want to watch it again.
I mean, again, your interest in horror are like much more niche.
It's a lot weirder.
Not
It
bad.
was a good movie. I just wasn't in the right mood.
It's definitely
I've done that with movies before.
for me. It like basically became another Halloween classic for me. I'm gonna watch it with.
I think you guys are putting it up where it doesn't need to be, though. I do think that.
I'm gonna put it right up
No,
on the
you're
tip
not.
of this on the tip of this sailfish.
It was family
Why don't you
friendly.
get two matching ones?
Dude,
That
thrifting
are
is
turning the opposite direction.
thrifting is awesome. Hokum and Backrooms give me so much hope right now because we went through a weird period of time in the 2020s where we were getting a bunch of weird, like, everybody's like, it's the scariest movie ever made. And it was just a bunch of weird horror movies like Hereditary.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
So
like,
stupid.
dude, there was a point in Hereditary where I straight up forgot I was watching a horror movie.
I forgot what was
Something
going on.
scary
I feel
happened.
like they switched the movie halfway. I don't know. It's been forever since I watched it, and I will not watch it again.
No,
'Cause
absolutely.
I remember leaving it and being like, that was when I was already bored and
Yeah.
was waiting for it to end. They threw naked old people at it.
Yes. But there's...
And that was it. I'm like, this is stupid.
But to my point though, I feel like we're entering a new era that kind of started. I want to say it started with like Nosferatu last year. I think it was last year. It started with Nosferatu and then went into Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah, that
and-
was fantastic.
Dude,
Yeah, and I don't even know what Frankenstein is. I know he's got bolts that come out of his neck, and he's electronically.
he's right
charged.
there.
Right there. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Side note though, Frankenstein was probably the best horror movie to come out last
Dude.
year.
And I don't even know anything about movies, but every single shot mesmerized me.
Yeah, it was insane. And like the colors. Oh, Steven, you saw it too. You watched it at my house.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, he liked it too.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, the
I actually-
architecture in it was like...
Yeah, and every
architecture-
time, like every camera angle you could just have put on a painting and stared at
the
it.
colors, like the color
Yeah.
grading, was
Phenomenal.
immaculate. And
You know, as soon as the movie opened, I was completely sucked in. The opening scene completely drew me into the movie.
and then everything that they added to the Frankenstein lore, like the healing factor, I was like, that's
Yeah.
sick because that actually explains a lot of stuff from like if you want to tie it into the earlier Frankenstein movies, it's like, oh, that's why he never dies. But I liked the way the monster looked in that movie a lot. For the
Yeah.
first time in decades, they made a cool looking Frankenstein monster again. And the message in the movie I thought was really cool. Like Frankenstein's last line to him basically, where he's just like, what recourse do you have but to live? I literally used that line with Leah not too long ago because
That was a quote, wasn't it? From like an old... I think it was an old poem.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I think that's a quote because I've heard that before. The movie.
It might have been. I mean, I don't know. I just loved the line. I thought it was so sick because it's just like when everything seems crappy, like what recourse do you have but to just go on and like get through it? You know, like you're made to endure. I don't know. I thought it was freaking sick. I literally used that line to like encourage Leo when we were having a deep discussion about something, and I was just like, what recourse do you have but to go on? It's inspiring.
It's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
But
Anyway,
there are movies though, but like to think about like the Backrooms and apparently Obsession, again another independent guy who just made this film.
Yeah.
But also
Talk to me.
Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
Iron Lung.
Fantastic.
Hokum, Iron Lung.
Any movie that I haven't seen Iron Lung, and I really need to watch.
I haven't seen it either,
like
but
it.
they liked
I
it.
thought Leah watched it.
Leah loved it.
How did you not see it? Where did she go to see it?
Dude, I have a child. I had to watch it.
She
I
went
let
to
her-
the theaters by herself.
No, she went with these losers.
Oh, really? Why did
Yeah.
she invite me?
Oh yeah, you were.
Why didn't you invite
I would
Jake?
have loved to have seen that movie.
What's wrong with you?
I assumed David would have invited you.
Why do you
Oh,
hate
it's-
Jake?
Anywho,
You know what they
Hey,
say about
we were-
assuming?
We were of like the same opinion in the car when we were going to get the pizza, and we were saying like how weird you are and how wrong you are with your opinions.
but everybody should
Okay.
watch the movie we're gonna watch tonight, which is The Ritual. I can't. Is it called just Conspiracy, or was it called
Conspiracy, I think.
Was-
Oh no, conspiracy theory. I believe.
Conspiracy? I don't remember, but it was phenomenal.
But-
I watched it on YouTube. But I love it when I get introduced to new actors, and like, I mean, I think those were probably all directors I haven't seen before, but like, especially like the actors. When I'm introduced to new actors, and I'm like, these actors are phenomenal, and I want to watch whatever they make next.
Yeah.
And that's what's awesome about those movies. And that's why after I watched The Ritual, I thought that wouldn't happen again, where I experienced a movie like that, a movie
Yeah.
I've never heard of, I had no context for, watched it, thought it was amazing, fell in love with the actors. And then I watched Conspiracy a little bit later, and the same thing happened again. That
Yeah.
movie was, I love that movie. You should watch
Well,
that movie, Steven. We should watch both movies
to my-
tonight
to
at
my-
the same time.
To my original point is
watching
like,
TVs.
I feel like we're entering a new wave of horror where it's just like, it's like a horror renaissance right now. We're actually getting movies that are scary and not like Hereditary, where it's just like
Just shock, and they're trying to like...
just
I don't
shock,
know.
and then like we're gonna explain the whole plot in the last 5 seconds.
And we should title this video "How Much Hereditary Sucks." I haven't seen it.
Hereditary?
but
Scary?
true.
No.
It's got more to do with that than Backrooms and Hokum.
I just
great.
couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
It made me mad,
yeah.
and not for the right
And then
reasons.
and then Werewolf is coming out next year. Robert
I
Eggers, or
can't
actually
wait for
this
that.
Christmas, I think.
I just saw the photo, like the cover art. That's
Yeah.
what you call it for a movie.
Yeah.
But I just saw that literally like 2 days ago. And I don't know.
I'm excited for that. It's made by the same guy who did The Witch and Nosferatu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I thought I never liked The Witch, but there was again.
I liked The Witch.
like weird scenes where you're like, okay, I could live without that.
Yeah. There's a couple of moments,
Yeah. where
like The
you're-
Crow.
I do not remember that.
Jake, is Hokum worth a watch?
Probably.
If you're in a good mood, then
Yeah, I was in a weird mood. I don't know why. Maybe I was tired.
Oh yeah. I think if you like things like Knives Out and you also like horror,
I'm gonna watch it again.
It is a good way to describe it. It's a good blend of like a Knives Out mystery with horror elements. It was obviously worth a watch for me. I freaking loved it. It was probably my second favorite movie to come out this year. First being Masters of the Universe, but I'm also biased because of nostalgia.
No,
so.
Masters. I've never seen anything to do with He-Man, and I love Masters of the Universe.
yeah, me too.
Ton of fun.
It was great.
And I watched it twice, and you watched it 3
Yeah,
times
you
in the
did.
theaters. I saw it twice in the theaters. Second time was at a really theater that needs to
Work on some
work on
stuff.
some stuff.
Yeah,
And I had fun both times.
yeah. I saw it 3 times. I have nothing going on in my life. It's an empty hole. Obsession is the latest movie by insert name here. Another amateur phenomenon that has taken Hollywood by storm. It tells the story of a man who wishes upon a star that someone falls in love with him. Hijinks ensue. And there's some horror stuff that happens too. So, Jake, what did you think of Obsession?
Oh,
You didn't watch it, did you?
no.
Steven.
It came out recently, like within the last year or so.
Did you watch it?
That's my own fault, though. I
Oh.
spent $8 on a bottle of ranch.
What did you think of Obsession?
I didn't watch it either.